Hello again, rail fans. We start our day of railfanning today at the Ronald Reagan Parkway Bridge, located just south of Route 36 on the west side of Indianapolis. From here, you can overlook one of the biggest railway yards in the state of Indiana, the Big 4 Yard, also known as the Avon Rail Yard in the town of, well, Avon. This is the east end of the 4-mile-wide yard. Pairs of EMD switchers, like this one on the left, spend the entire course of the day pushing and pulling freight cars, which will make up the dozens of trains that enter and exit the yard every single day. This yard was built in the 1950s by the New York Central Railroad and called the Big 4 Yards, and at the time, it was the largest yard in the entire country. At 4 miles in length, it stretched over 490 acres, had 55 classification tracks, and 160 rail cars could be sorted every hour. It's no wonder that this yard still stands today, serving these trains that cross the Midwest. Now we're standing on the ground at the northeast corner of the yard near the CSX office, and almost immediately we spot those switchers. These switchers have one priority: to gather all the freight cars for the next mixed freight train, which will head eastward towards Cincinnati in just a few minutes. Here's a CSX engine that's kind of cool to see. It's engine 3440, and on the front left corner there you can see a Spirit of Ravenna decal. This decal was placed on the locomotive in recognition of CSX's partnership with the Kentucky Steam Heritage Corporation in the city of Ravenna, Kentucky. However, this engine won't be in the consist of the next train. Instead, that honor goes to these three engines: 938, 3243, and 7214. Just then, an intermodal train showed up on the main line heading westbound. It's train number Q131 heading to the Union Pacific Terminal in Salem, Illinois. After a short crew change and topping off on fuel, the train starts up again and continues west. One of the most important aspects of a train yard is the hump. This is a small hill located next to the classification tracks, which is used to sort the train cars. The cars are pushed over the hill, then they coast down and are switched off into their designated tracks. In this clip, you can see the steel cars being individually disconnected from their original train. Then they coast down the hill, and finally they're switched off into their different tracks. All of this is done without the use of an engine, which saves time and fuel. Meanwhile, those switchers continue to gather up cars for the eastbound train, which will leave shortly. That train will become Q361, which runs from here, Avon Yard, to the Queensgate Yard in Cincinnati. As the switchers shove the remaining cars for the train into the siding, the three big engines move forward, preparing to back up and hook to the train. With the train fully assembled, the three GEs reverse towards it, about to make the journey of the massive Q361. This train serves a lot of customers down in Cincinnati, and were it to be late, it would really disrupt commerce. Unlike a lot of retailers or restaurants, a train yard is a 24-hour business, and the switchers waste no time in getting the next train ready to go. Not sure what that'll be, but it's one of dozens that come through this yard. With the locomotives hooked up, train 361 is now complete, and as he leaves, we'll meet him at the bridge. Soon, the eastbound yard lead gets a medium clear signal permitting the train to move. And after that, 361 responds to the signal by inching forward and onto the lead. Even though I'm an EMD fan, I love the sound of those General Electric engines. There's those EMD switchers again. They've got the load of cars for the next train, and now they have to wait for 361 to pull forward so they can back onto its siding. After over 15 minutes of waiting, the switchers finally are able to back onto that siding. And just like that, 361 is on its way to Indianapolis. I hope you guys have enjoyed this short look at Avon. If you did, make sure to leave a comment to tell me what you think, or just hit that like button. Any support is greatly appreciated. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe as well. Anyways, I think that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.